to Yellow Cottage Soapery. I am using a fragrance today that is new to me. It is called Mermaids at Midnight. It's supposed to be a Bath & Body Works dupe of, but I've never smelled a fragrance called Into the Night, so I don't know if it smells like it or not. It smells very nice. Got this mold from Workshop Heritage, and when I ordered it, I ordered this divider set, and I had forgotten that I had it, so I'm just going to show you how I set it up. If you see, there's all these different slats, so you can put them in any of them. You can do a bunch of different configurations if you want to. I think I'm just gonna do, I have 4 colors I'm using, so I think I'm just gonna do it so it's all kind of even like this across. I'm not sure how I'm gonna pour it yet, but okay. So these will all be even. The way this comes out, if you look at this and then this and this, it looks like you can cut it into 3 different logs. I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not, but I do want to try using the divider. So let me just show you real quick what colors I'm using. These are from MadMicas. I've got Pow Pow Purple, I've got Blue Tide, Tahitian Teal, and Guava Lava. I feel like those are mermaidy colors. So let me get the mold out of the way. Bring this back. I'm gonna strain my lye solution. It has a little bit of lilac in it, which is not really uncommon. It just kind of happens once in a while. Usually when you do a water discount, when you make soap, you tend to have a little bit of lilac. So I will just kind of pour it in and strain it, and then I will use a spatula to press down on it so the little pieces are a little bit smaller. I didn't mix up my kaolin clay. It is in here in the bottom, but that's okay. It'll blend up when I mix this lye solution. So let's go ahead and start blending this, and I'm gonna divide it off into my colors. So as you can see, the fragrance oil turned my white batter to like a bright yellow. Sometimes that happens, but I find that most of the time, once it goes 24 hours in the mold and sits there, it will morph back into the white color. I'm going to probably put a little bit more titanium dioxide in the white and blend that in just to help it so that it's not yellow. It's not affecting these colors, thankfully. Maybe I spoke too soon. That looks not like the vibrant purple I was going for, so I'm gonna have to add a little bit of purple. I love this color, it's so pretty. It's turning a little bit more teal, which I don't mind. All right, so we're going to add some more white. And then add some more purple, because that purple seems to be the only other color that has affected. So we're gonna add more purple. And go ahead and stick blend it. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to work with that. Hopefully it'll morph back. If it doesn't, it's not the worst that could happen. That's a little better. I think it'll end up being fine. Okay. I don't have a plan as to how I'm gonna pour this, but I just wanted to try something different. And it's starting to thicken up a little bit because I did have to stick blend. So I think I'm gonna start with white and every other one. And I'm not gonna fill them all the way to the top. I'm just gonna do maybe a quarter of it so that it doesn't start leaking underneath into the other one. I feel like if I fill it full, it's gonna start leaking into the other cavities. So I'm just gonna do this in every other one, and then I'll put the colors in somehow. Look how creamy the soap is. I want to thank everyone who has ordered from me, and those of you that have received your packages and messaged me to tell me how much you love my packaging, the soaps. I really appreciate that feedback. All right, these are a little bit more fluid, so hopefully I'm gonna go ahead with the pink in here. I gotta save some of this for the top too, because I'm gonna do a little bit of piping. So I'm just kind of pouring up to the level pretty much of the white on either side of it. No, no. Oh, I screwed that up. Oh man. Okay. Okay, this is really starting to set up, so I gotta move here. Oh gosh, y'all. I'm in trouble. I cannot get this out. My hands are slippery. This is a disaster. Okay, I really need to get these out because this is thickening up quickly. How do I do this? I need something to grab it. This is terrible. Let me see if I can get this. What am I gonna do? I literally cannot get this out. And meanwhile, the soap is setting up in here. You guys, help. Should I be hurrying? Yes. Yes, I should be. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at the situation because this isn't turning out how I was hoping, and I'm gonna have a lot more dishes to wash with all of these things. But I'm not wasting all this soap. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and then maybe I can get kind of a swirl in it. Who knows? Right now, I'm just trying to get these out. It's probably gonna be too thick to pipe. This whole thing is gonna just be a disaster. There's a ton of soap on these. I won't give up on this thing. I will try again sometime, but right now. Okay, let's continue on with the crazy show. That was so stressful. I'm like, what is going on? I feel like it's such a waste of soap too, because if it's fluid, it's gonna come out better, you know, it's gonna come out and it won't be stuck on the slot things. I don't know. So this purple is really set up more than the others. The reason is because I added more. I noticed I put a little bit more fragrance in this one on accident, but I mean, it's fine, but it just, and then having to stick blend it a second time because of that. So the purple here is set up thicker than the others right now. So that always poses a little bit of a problem when it's time to pipe. I'm gonna do the purple. I'm actually gonna do like a little bit of like a turquoise in the center, just to kind of, I'm gonna do kind of like the Mermaid's tail look. I probably shouldn't say out loud what I'm gonna do because then I'm jinxing that it's not gonna go right because this is crazy. Okay. I have they're mostly Wilton, I think 125 are my tips in here. So I just kind of wanted a little variegation with the colors in this. I gotta like move quickly here. So now I'm gonna do that pretty teal color in this one, and then I might add like a little pink to the center. I'm gonna do a little bit of pink. I love the colors on top of this. Ended up getting smeared around. So I'm gonna start with the purple since I have it setting up quicker. I'm going to start in this lower corner. You might not be able to see right off the bat. See, the blue is too thin. This is not part of a piping design. I'm just trying to get to the purple where it's a little thicker. Like a little, I don't know what you call it. I kind of wanted it to be round though. Kind of like this particular piping tip apparently does a little bit of a ruffle. This is not. This was not the plan, y'all. This was not the plan. Okay, we are back. It has been, I think, 3 days since I made this. Stuck to the table. And my husband and I were sitting ready to watch Hell's Kitchen, and I said, I have not cut that soap yet, and if I don't cut that soap, it's probably gonna break my wire. It is, because it's definitely very hard. So I'm gonna cut it first into logs. So we're gonna cut this into logs. It smells really good. It's a Bath & Body Works dupe, but I've never smelled it, so I don't actually know if it smells like it or not. I know it just smells good. Okay. What I thought was going to happen probably was I was going to get a little bit of air bubbles in that because it was hard to tap down because it was so thick. All right. Just gonna keep going. There should be 4 logs and then a little end piece that I used for samples. This poor wire. I have been busy shipping dahlia cuttings the past few days, so I've neglected my soap. We're getting ready to watch Hell's Kitchen, and I've had a glass of wine, not even a whole glass of wine. And I was like, we gotta go cut the soap. And you're coming with me. Okay. Look at it. There's not really air pockets and stuff in there like I thought there would be. All right, this last loaf, and then this end piece, that I just cut it into little pieces for samples that I send with my orders. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way and bring in my cutter. All right, we're gonna do this one. I think the colors turned out really pretty, and we're lucky. See, I mentioned the white or the yellow, how it was yellow from the fragrance might turn back to white, and it has. So I'm happy about that. That's pretty. And of course, Phil, my cat, is at the door wanting to come in. Don't let him in. I actually think it's really pretty. I did get a little swirl like I was hoping to get. I like this scent, and my daughter told me that she actually has this scent. I think it's called Into the Woods by Bath & Body Works. She has it in like a shower gel and a lotion. Do you guys want to hear a funny story what happened to me the other day? Actually, it's a few weeks ago. But I was driving. I went to the dump and dropped off some boxes and garbage. And I was heading to Lowe's to get a couple things because we were doing some stuff, work at the house. So I left the dump and I was driving up over this bridge. And the speed limit is 45. And all of a sudden I saw a cop on a motorcycle coming towards me in the other lane. And he whipped around. And I was like, he's gonna pull me over. So sure enough, I'm gonna cut this into samples. Three little samples. He turned around and he was on his motorcycle and had his lights on. There was no safe place for me to turn or move, get off the road or anything. And when I got off the bridge, there was a turn on where there was actually a car coming like on an on-ramp. So I stopped there so that I could let that car go before that was not a safe place to pull over. I wanted to go just a little bit further after that road where the car was coming, so I stopped. And the cop, this is a state trooper, there's a little bit of hole. He started yelling at me on his, what is that called, honey, a megaphone? Started yelling at me on that to pull over. And I'm like, I can't, there's a car coming. So I was waving my arms in the car, whatever, and then I finally pulled over after I could get past that car, and he actually came up and apologized for yelling at me because I said there was no way I could have gotten off or kept going. This car would have hit me. So this is a state cop, right? And generally they're not as kind. They don't give you a warning, they give you a ticket. And I said, he actually apologized for yelling at me on the megaphone. Then I was trying to find my insurance information. I given him my registration and driver's license. So he had gone back to his bike and he was looking that up. And while I was trying to find my insurance, he came back up. Actually, I missed the biggest, most important part. When he pulled me over and came up to the window, he apologized for yelling at me like that. And then he said, did you know you were going 58 in a 45? And I said, no. He said, can I ask why you were in such a hurry? And I said, well, I was listening to Enter Sandman by Metallica. It just came on my radio, my Spotify, and I guess I was excited and I went a little faster than I normally would. He laughed and then took my license and stuff back to the bike and came back and said, oh, I don't need your insurance, you're good. I'm just gonna give you a warning. And because I said to him, I asked him if I could be honest as to why I was speeding, and he said yes, and he laughed. So he actually let me go with a warning. Several years prior to that, I was taking my daughter to open house, and we got pulled over by a state trooper. I was going not even that, oh, I really like that swirl. I was going not even very much over the speed limit. He pulled me over and I said, I'm sorry, I'm on my way to my daughter's open house and I'm running a little bit late. I said, can you just give me a warning? I don't normally speed. And he said, have you ever gotten a warning from a state trooper before? And I said, no. And he said, that's because we don't give them. And apparently they do if you're listening to Enter Sandman by Metallica. I think that's the best story ever. So yeah, just be honest if you get pulled over. Tell me you're listening to Enter Sandman, you got excited. I mean, don't speed. I'm not like promoting speeding or anything like that, but that was truthfully what happened that day. I think that's a funny story, don't you?
Of course.
Of course. This smells really good, and I'm really actually happy with the swirl. I think it turned out really pretty, despite what I had going on with it. I will try that again with the dividers though. I think I could do something cool if the soap is more fluid. My cat is outside the door. You guys, every time I'm in here, he wants to be in here with me, and he's not allowed in here. So he's having a rough life. Okay, I just have one more loaf to cut, and I will cut that off camera. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.